Hey guys, this is Paul Potter, the Grand Lake Guy, and today in this video I'm going to show you how to tie 2 jigs on one line for a double rig system. We're also going to go out and show you how to catch crappie with them. It's coming up right now in this video. Hey guys, welcome back. This is Paul Potter, the Grand Lake Guy. This channel is all about increasing your crappie fishing catch rate by sharing tricks and techniques that I use as a crappie fishing guide on Grand Lake in Oklahoma. So if this is your first time here and you're addicted to crappie fishing just like I am, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give me a like by hitting the thumbs up below. Okay, so what I have here is some 10-pound monofilament line. I'm using a bigger line just so you guys can see it, and I have 2 jigs right here, which you have to put the top jig on first before you put the bottom jig on. So I'm just going to take it and put it on, leave some slack because I'm still going to put a second one on. And my first loop, this is my favorite knot that I use all the time. It's very quick, it's very fast to do. So what I do is I take it and I have my index finger and my thumbs, and I just cross it over just like that, and I put my middle fingers through it. And you guys can play this in slow-mo if you need to, just to play it back so you can see it. What I have is just a hole right in the middle, and then what I do is I take it and I just start spinning these 2 exposed strings right here, maybe 4 or 5 times until it creates another hole. You can see that right there. Then what I do is I take my fingers, I reach through it, and I will grab the jig and pull it through that second hole, and you can see it's doing that. What you do is you just pull this jig down depending on how big you want that circle to be, because whenever I pull this together, it's going to cinch it together. So if I want a bigger loop, I just kind of pull it down, but then when I'm ready, I just pull it together, and it cinches together just like that. It holds the jig off to the side, and it also allows the jig to move freely, so it gives a more natural motion. Now on the second loop, what you can do is use the same knot, or I'll show you a different knot. So another loop knot you can do, you take it and you pull plenty of string out. So I've got the tag end right here, and then I have that end, so I've got the tag end, and then I've got plenty of line. I double it up, and what I do is I take this and I loop it over both of my fingers, and then you'll see a little space right here, right in there. What I'm going to do is actually take this jig and I'm just going to put it through there 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now what you want to do is take this, and you see that eyelet right there, you actually want to take the string and put it over the eyelet, and you actually want to pull it slowly until you get the desired loop size you want. So like that right there is fine, and then you want to pull it over once you get it, and just pull both of them. It's going to cinch together, and there you have it. Now what I like about this, the reason I use this on my bottom jig is because this is a vertical setting loop. It's not a side setting loop. It's not going to be to the side, it's going to be straight down. As of the top jig, it hangs to the side. If that makes sense, guys, go ahead and type "I love crappie" into the comment section. That way I know that this is making sense for y'all and it's helpful. So for braided line, I use 1 knot and 1 knot only. I have found that braided line is not that strong unless you tie a knot that is actually cinched up against the eyelet. So what I use on braided line, no matter what, is a polymer knot, and I pretty much don't use any other knot. So what you do is you put your line through it twice. So you can see right there, I've got my line, and I went through the eyelet twice. So the tag line's hanging down, and I've got that right there. And what you do is you just hold it, and this is a very simple knot to use. One of the advantages of this knot is you can put this on the middle of the line. Even if you've already got a jig on the bottom, you can tie this on the middle of your line. But what I do is I take it and I just loop it over like this right here, just put it over there, so it's sitting like that. And I've got a little loop right in the middle right here, and I'll just push it through the middle and kind of just pull it through. So it's basically just like a granny knot right now. Then I will take this loop right here, and I will just put the jig through it just like that right there. And then I will grab the jig and cinch it down. This is a polymer knot. This is a super strong knot. It works great for braid. It also works for monofilament or fluorocarbon, but it doesn't give you the loop, and it doesn't give you the you know, it's not going to move in the water as freely as a loop knot. But if you're using braid, what I have found, this is pretty much our only option for tying jigs on. So now that we have our 2 jigs on, what you're going to want to do is pick your jig. This right here is one of my favorites. It's a Bobby Garland Slab Slayer Chartreuse and Silver. Love this bait. I get asked a lot of times by people, hey Paul, what's the absolute best bait for crappie fishing? You know what? This is what I'll tell you, and this is what I believe. The bait that you are the most confident in using is the best jig color to use. It's kind of like back before you were married and you're going on dates and you're about to meet a girl at the movie theater. You're going to put on your favorite color, your favorite shirt. You're going to put on your shoes that make you feel the most confident. And when you walk into that movie theater, you're going to feel confident in yourself. And that's the way you want to feel. So it kind of goes the same way with crappie fishing. So guys, get ready. You've got a date with a crappie coming soon. So now let's take a trip to the lake, guys. I'm going to show you exactly how we use this double jig setup to catch crappie. It's very effective. I'm vertical jigging with a double rig system, and what I'm doing is I'm pitching up into this boat dock, and I know that there's a brush pile right on the end of this boat dock while my bait is actually moving back towards me, and it's almost to that vertical position. I get a bite, so I set the hook and bam, we catch that crappie. So this is one of the techniques I use when double rigging with jigs. I will pitch my bait past the brush pile, and I will let it pendulum back over into a vertical position. Another thing I will use is I will put crappie nibbles on these. You can see this is the jig I'm using, and I've got some crappie nibbles, power bait crappie nibbles, and I will put those on this jig. And one of the things you can do is just drop this jig straight down when you know the fish are at 10 feet, and crappie just barely can't stand it. It's like candy, and when they hit it, you know it. Just like right here, bam, he hit that with the crappie nibble on there, and we brought that crappie in. Hey guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. If it's your first time here, click the like button. Also consider subscribing if you're addicted to crappie fishing, and go check out some other videos on the page. Thanks again. Talk to you guys later.